Hello, Cancer. Welcome to Dove and Serpent Tarot. My name is Paul. If Cancer is your sun, moon, or rising sign, this is your tarot card reading. Remember to hit the like button, leave a comment, consider subscribing to the channel, especially if this reading resonates with you. If there is anything you would like me to pray over or meditate upon or send positive energy toward, please let me know. Now, this is going to be a general reading, so try to be open and receptive to whatever may come through during our time together. I am merely the messenger, and I ask you to connect directly with each of these cards and use your own intuition to take you beyond the details that I might provide. And remember, Cancer, that the most important part of any tarot reading is you. And we start with a Knight of Swords. You're somebody that can make decisions pretty instantly, right? You seem right now to have a very clear idea of who you are and what you want. Any decisions that come your way, I feel like they're made very easily. You know, there's you know, we think about the question like, well, what are we going to have for dinner? Oh, I don't know. What do you want? You know, we're kind of going back and forth, or where we're looking at two pairs of shoes and we can't decide which one we want. I feel like you're just kind of walking into a store. You know exactly what you're looking for. You don't waste any time. There's not this extended period of debate with you. You just seem to kind of know. You can see two things. I want that one. And it's very matter of fact with you. Yeah. And I think it's kind of different for you. I think usually there's a little bit more deliberation between options, but now it's just, I know what I want. Yeah, it's very, very good. Let's put some more cards down and see. Let's see what we're doing with this energy. Let's see what kind of decision we are. Oh, well, darn it. There we go, the Seven of Swords. Okay, let's see. We got the Lover's card. We've got the Princess of Cups. Ooh, a Nine of Swords. Emperor energy. Very, very good. Very, very good. I think we are usually in this energy of quick decisions, of knowing which option we want, right? And this, I think, is really a plethora of options being shown you. It's kind of like Spirit is saying, do you want one or two? And it's just instantly, I know I want that one. And then it's kind of like, okay, do you want 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, or 10? And you're like, no, I want that one, right? So there's this no matter how many options are presented to you, it's not changing your mind. It's not getting you to say, oh, hey, maybe I do want that thing over there, right? So I feel like Spirit is kind of testing you with a lot of options right now, you know? And maybe if it's just two things, yeah, I know I want that one. Well, what if there are 3 things, 5 things, 100 things? You know, are you still picking the one? Now, we could be talking about a romantic thing. We could be talking about a love thing, right? We do have the Lover's energy down beneath the surface. But I think this is not, well, it could be romantic, but it doesn't have to be. All right, let's put the rest of our cards out and we'll talk about things. Here's the Fool. There's the Queen of Swords now. 10 of Pentacles. 5 of Cups. Interesting. 5 of Cups up there, and that 9 of Swords up there, right? These are kind of, it almost seems like these are kind of the black clouds. It seems like it's kind of raining on you right now. But no matter how bad things get, no matter how many options are presented to you, no matter what happens in life, and I think that this is really, these two, the 9 of Swords and the 5 of Cups, that's really a sign that you have indeed been tested. You've been challenged in your commitment to something. This Lover's energy, this is your commitment, your devotion. You got struck in the chest with an arrow, and this is that inspiration. And from that moment on, you were committed to something. And Spirit wants to say, oh, you're committed to something. Well, let's see. And I think that everything's been thrown at you. And you're still saying, no, I'm committed, right? And this could be, well, it could be a person. It could be a relationship. It could be an idea. It could be an issue. It could be a purpose. It could be a sense of, I don't know. But the commitment and the devotion to something that is unwavering, right? Unwavering. And that's what this Lover's card is. Now, it really could be a relationship. It could be, well, it could be a friendship, could be a family relationship, it could be a romantic relationship that has really been through the storm. Everything has been thrown at you, but you're still committed. All right? That's something special. That's no accident, right? And that's, I think, how we really are being tested by Spirit, and that gives us that kind of certainty that says, you know, this really is destiny, right? It's not an accident that you're committed to this thing. Now, again, it could be a person, place, a thing, an idea, whatever. We can use the example of it being a long-term, serious, committed relationship that I think has been through a lot of storms. Well, it's kind of proving to be your destiny to be with this person because of how much you've been able to endure. And through all of that, through the thick and the thin, you're still, I think, very, very committed. Here is that Emperor energy in the future position. This is kind of what you're looking toward, and this is strength, beyond strength. This is kind of like it's because of all the challenges that you are so strong in life. And you have this sense of confidence, and you have this authority of your own life that says, I know who I am, I know what I want, I know my path, I know my destiny. I think you've seen it. I think you've dreamt it. And that's this dream back here. This is the Princess of Cups. Let's select the mystery card before we get too far into all this. This is the random card from the Smith-Waite Tarot, the factor infinite and unknown. We're going to set it down over here. I have a feeling it's going to be the Chariot. We're going to put Tiny Bob Ross right there on top. Happy little Bob. And if you have a prediction for that card, go ahead and put it down in the comments. We're going to look at it at the end of the reading. All right. Now, we've got our major arcana energies here. Look at that. There's a certain freedom that comes with knowing yourself and knowing your path. It's the freedom that you feel of doing your will. When you are committed, when you are absolutely this devoted to your destiny, to your fate, to your will, there's a freedom here. It's a freedom from choice almost. We don't have to worry about things. We don't have to figure things out. Now it's just pure joy. Even in the storms, even in the turmoil and the trouble and the hard times and all these things, there's still this kind of freedom and joy because it's like you have found the one. It could be the one purpose, the one path. It could be the one idea. It could be a spiritual thing. It could be that true love, perfect relationship kind of thing. Now, when I say perfect relationship, I don't mean that there's never any fights or arguments and there's never any trouble. I think it's perfect in that the two of you have that fundamental connection, that there is a bond that goes deeper than any Nine of Swords could penetrate, right? So even in all of the trouble and turmoil, there is that bond. That you would choose this thing, this person, this idea, over and over and over again, if you had to. Yeah, and that's something that we don't see often. That's fate. With the Princess of Cups, I do feel like you've kind of had a particular series of revelations in your life. I feel like you've had a lot of signs along the way that have kind of been steering you in certain directions, and even in what must have been very, very painful times in your life, you recognize how even those really very major storms were kind of nudging you in a certain direction. And so there's a recognition of that now. I think the Emperor is really is that that energy in you it can appreciate everything that they've been through. Okay, you know that you are who you are today. Let's say this Emperor energy. You know who you're going to be tomorrow because of everything that you're enduring today and yesterday. Everything that you've been through, the good times and the bad, the ups and the downs. And it's through the challenges where we tend to grow the most, and you're at the gym. If you're just lifting the easy weights, and it's just fun and feels good, you're not really making a lot of progress. It's when you really push yourself and you challenge your muscles, that we see a lot of the growth that happens, the hypertrophy and stuff. And I think it's the same way with our willpower, with our sense of, with our confidence, right? And I think that you've had a lot of these. You've had a very colorful life, You've had a lot of significant events, and I think that you've had a lot of spiritual experiences too. I'd be surprised if you didn't have some recurring dreams, maybe when you were a child, that you had a lot of symbols and numbers perhaps that have always kind of been repeating themselves throughout your life. Okay, and it's all kind of gone into this really, really intense sense of self right now. Yeah. This Emperor energy, I think, is very, very strong in you. There's really a strong sense of self here. And the Fool, of course, is beautiful energy. The Fool is energy that is really enjoying the journey, right? The Fool doesn't have to worry about identity anymore. So the Fool is kind of just taking life as it comes. The burden of life has been lifted from the Fool. The Fool has a feeling, anyway, of no responsibilities, no burdens, no requirements, no expectations. It's just free, right? It's free to wander about the universe, and it's almost like we're not even intentionally following our path. We're just being guided. It's like the universe is the wind in our sails. So it's not even anything we have to try to do. And I think that's why we have, we started out with that 7 of Swords and then the 9 of Swords. And it's like the universe keeps giving you more and more stuff in life, good stuff, bad stuff, challenges. And none of it takes away from this feeling of it's like the universe is just pushing you along. And there's no effort really needed in that. There is, don't get me wrong, but in a very, very subtle way, and kind of this, in the higher divine realms, it's this Fool energy. It feels like we're just being blown by the wind. Yeah. We're just being carried along. We're just a leaf on a breeze. And it's effortless, and this feels like magic. It feels like spontaneity. It feels like there's this effortless involvement in life right now. And I think you're finding a lot more opportunities to enjoy yourself, a lot more opportunities to play, to experience new things. I think free from a lot of the worries that we might experience here, especially here, and with the 5 of Cups. But primarily this air energy. It's like we're free from those worries. It's like, yeah, there's going to be good days, bad days. I'm going to have bills to pay and trouble, and I'm going to get flat tires and all this stuff, but that's okay. I'll deal with it. And yeah, I might get frustrated. I might get mad, and I might bang the tire with the wrench thing, but it's part of life, and that's okay. Because that there's something else there in you. You feel as if you're still, even with all of the trouble and turmoil, that there's still just this sense of easygoingness, this easy, breezy thing, I don't know how else to explain it, but it feels marvelous. The Queen of Swords here in the position of the environment, I think part of that Fool energy is because you've got this higher perspective, that you've achieved a lot of these spiritual attainments. And I feel like you're someone that maybe you meditate, maybe not, but you have an intense spiritual life. And I think you've seen some things. I think you've experienced some divine energy in a very real way. You're familiar with gnosis. And I think that has allowed you to see the bigger picture. You're not just seeing what's right here, right? You're seeing everything. And so it's kind of like it has this very Big Lebowski kind of vibe, where everything's just okay. Yeah. And even when things are not okay, they're okay. Yeah. So this higher, more objective viewpoint. And we can see the relative importance of some of the storms and things that we experience in life. We can see that, yeah, there might be a storm happening right now, but the rest of the ocean is just blue skies and calm waters. Just because we're experiencing a little bit of a storm right now, a little bit of a squall, that's not all there is. In fact, it's probably a small portion in the larger picture, in that grand scheme of things. This storm that I'm in, here and there, and maybe more frequently at sometimes, it's not all there is. It's a small portion of all there is. Yeah. So it's perspective for you. The 10 of Pentacles is here in the difficult position. And I kind of feel as if traditional goals, traditional ideas of wealth and achievement and accomplishment for you are different. I feel like you still want material success, of course. You still want to have good days. You still want to have luxury and wealth, and you still want to have things of value. But I think the things you value are different than they used to be. Yeah. And I think that you go through periods of time where you kind of just, you really take on the persona of that wandering fool, kind of that, the wandering ascetic. And so in some ways, we renounce the material world, but you realize that we need the material world. So I think we're really striving for that balance of recognizing our own spiritual nature, but also our own human nature. I need money. I got to have shelter and food and water and clothing and all this stuff. I want to have some sort of enjoyment of life. I want to satisfy my physical needs and wants and desires as well as being this pure spiritual being that doesn't need any of that stuff, right? Because we are a spirit having this human experience. We need human things as well. So the 10 of Pentacles is a very interesting energy for you. I think we're learning that we can value money and stuff and things and the material world. We can value that, and we can value authenticity. We can value love. We can value respect. We can value, the divine energy. We can value quality and depth and meaning and purpose, as well as money and clothes. We can do both, and one doesn't have to exclude the other. Okay. And in that way, with that 5 of Cups up there, I think really what this 5 of Cups is saying is that with all this energy going on, it's not easy for you to ever be disappointed in life. Because I feel like you have such, I don't know how to phrase this. It's not that you don't have any expectations. You want the best things in life, human life and spiritual life. You want those heights of attainment and achievement and accomplishment. But you're not disappointed when things don't work out exactly right. I don't know how to explain that exactly. But it's kind of like if we don't have any expectations, then we're not disappointed. Now, I know this is a very difficult subject because I'm not someone that tries to say, well, if you lower your expectations, you're not going to ever be disappointed. And then we just go around accepting people treating us like crap. That's not what I mean. That's not what I mean. I kind of mean that you are satisfied with the littlest things. You get a thimble full of water, and it's beautiful, and you're thankful and grateful, and it feels like a blessing, and you love it, and it's just so wonderful, right? You get $1 million, same thing. Right? And so we can appreciate the little things. So it's not that we've lowered our expectations and so we're not disappointed. No, it's that we have learned to appreciate everything from the littlest thing to the biggest thing. That everything is a blessing. So I'm not disappointed. If this video gets 5 views You know, I'm grateful for that. If it gets 5,000, well, that's good too. Of course, I'd like the 5,000 more, but I'm not disappointed when things don't go in that kind of that one extreme way of the perceived kind of success or expectation. You know, and I think that's what the Five of Cups is kind of talking about for you. The appreciation of all those small things. We're not disappointed in anything. You know, I don't know how else to explain that, but maybe maybe an angel number card will help me out here. This is really very interesting energy for you, Cancer. Let's see what we've got here. We've got the Fool, 0000, limitless potential, reset, relax, the unknown, surrender, finish line, success, victory. It serves as a timely reminder that anything can be accomplished. If you can dream it, there is no reason you can't make it a reality. If something is in the possession of another person, it's also available to you, so try to remain calm. What's meant for you won't pass you by. Let go of tension. Relax. I think that's what we're doing here. We're not in this worry kind of energy of that. We're not in that emotional turmoil of, you know, am I going to get what I want? Is this going to happen for me? Am I going to make it? We're kind of like the dude abides here, man. You know, we've let go of that tension. And I think we're learning to relax and just let the wind carry us, you know. Let's look at the mystery card now. Maybe it'll be some air energy. Maybe it'll be the wind. I'm kind of, what I'm hoping for is either the universe or world or the star. Yeah, we need some major arcana. I think that's what's called for here. If you have a prediction, put it in the comments. Oh, we've got the Devil. It is major arcana. And the Devil card is kind of that driving force. And I think this is very important for you too. And I think maybe that is, maybe the Devil card is kind of an encapsulation of all of this energy. Maybe this driving force, this aspiration, the Devil card really is that drive that we have. The drive to do something, to act, to try, to work, to put in effort. The drive to burn calories, doesn't matter what we're doing, right? And I think that this is almost saying that even through the difficulties, it just gives us more drive, right? We have the dream, we have the kind of spiritual experience, that gives us motivation and gives us drive. We have the commitment, we have the love for something or someone. That gives us drive. This is that intense inspiration that makes us want to go out and create, that makes us feel like I can climb mountains. You know, I can jump over them. Because this is inspiration, right? This is that energy that is not even concerned with accomplishment, just with effort. Yeah. But this, combined with the Fool energy, is in some ways just effort for its own sake. It's just out here doing things just to do things. You know? Oh, and if I get a little reward for it, hey, that's wonderful. If I get a little thimble of water, that's marvelous. Yeah. And so I feel like this is that driving force that is under the control of the Emperor, for one thing. So it doesn't get too attached to the material rewards, right? Because that's a risk of the Devil card. We can get too much into the 10 of Pentacles and we can want too much of the money. We just get greedy for more and more rewards, whatever they might be. Rather than using this drive to create experience, to create, right? To generate some sort of positivity or something in life, you know. The Devil card can be either our best friend or our worst enemy. It has to be under the control. I think that all of these things that we have here on the table are the very best aspects of the devil card, right? So you've got the right kind of devil energy in you. You've got this ambition, you've got this, it's almost that spontaneous effort that we put into everything, and it's kind of, we're just going about it just, with this full energy, with not worry, not really concern or care much. It's very a lightheartedness in this ambition that you have, in this effort, this motivation that you have to keep moving, right? This is destiny. We're going to do an extended reading as well if you want to stick around. There should be a link in the corner. There is one down below in the video description. New readings for Cancer every Tuesday and Friday, 6 a.m. Chicago time. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do. It is totally free. Doesn't cost anything. Leave a comment. Let me know where in the world you're watching from. I want you to know that you're the most important part of Dove and Serpent Tarot. I thank you and I love you. And we're all in this together.